Hello. Welcome and happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. I'm going to be honest. I did plan to show my costume on stream, but upon waking up and thinking about it a little more, I was like, I don't want to wear a wig and colored contacts for a few hours again. Genuinely, I don't know how cosplayers do it, but y'all are amazing. Y'all are freaking amazing. The contacts thing, I know it's probably because like I don't wear contacts that often. My eyes were probably irritated, but like the wig thing, I'm like, ah, suffering. Like I said, it was fun. It was fun. I did post like images and like stuff on like a bit on Twitter and on TikTok. I'll probably repost some other things there. But yeah, for right now, we are going to play game. We are going to play game. So let me just swap over here. Hmm. So, for today's game, what we're going to do is we're going to play the Bloody Painter dating sim. I was already planning on playing a dating simulator that was like Halloween themed for a while now, and then I saw this one and it caught my eye. You can get it off Steam. It is free. It is based off the Bloody Painter 2017 creepypasta. I have not read that one yet, so I'm going in completely blind. I'm kind of excited because the graphics look pretty damn cool. The trailer is intriguing. Let's see, the synopsis, of course, is you have unfortunately been captured by a serial killer, and you must increase your chances of survival within 7 days. Your choices will determine how he treats you and the outcome of your relationship. What will your final relationship with him be? Will there be a change between this killer and his prey? And of course, the content warnings are this game contains graphic scenes of violence, and I appreciate that they added this part. If you encounter a murderer, please call the police first. It's unrealistic to develop a romantic relationship with a murderer. The fact that they have to say this. And then immediately it's followed with this is a romance game. It is fully voiced. There are a total of 14 CG illustrations. And there are, according to this, 6 bad endings and 4 good endings. So the likelihood of me dying in this game is so high. I appreciate that. It ups the stakes a bit. I was trying to look up like the trigger warnings for like any specifics and stuff, like on the dog doesthedogdie.com because that site is so useful. I cannot ever like promote that site enough. Doesthedogdie.com is so good if you're keeping an eye out for like triggers that you might want to avoid in films and stuff. Unfortunately, this game does not have a page up already on doesthedogdie.com, so I do not know exactly what triggers are going to be like pertain to this game, especially since I haven't actually read the creepypasta either. So I genuinely do not know what sorts of triggers are going to go into this. If anything, I would not blame you if you like want to watch this later once it's all completed and stuff. It's totally fine. You gotta keep yourself safe first. Put you first. If you're not sure what triggers are in something, it's perfectly rational to avoid it. Anywho, me, I don't have that many triggers, if at all. So I'm just gonna go through with this. I'm intrigued by how it is because, like, genuinely, like I said, it looks so pretty. The graphics look so pretty, and the trailer was so intriguing. Spooky Mimic, you welcome. Happy Halloween. Oh wait, you're perfectly themed for it, aren't you? You're perfectly themed for it, aren't you, Spooky Mimic? You. No, but yeah. So, like I was saying, I do not know what triggers are gonna go into this game. But it's a serial killer themed game, especially like after like one of the creepypastas, so anticipate anything. Alright? Okay. We have it down. I'm just going to Alright. Hey, what happened? Small. Okay, there we go. Let's tiramos. We stretched it. So yeah. Let's see. Is the volume okay? It's not too loud or anything? I think I could possibly lower the music a bit. Yes? And then sound effects should be a little lower. Maybe voice be a little lower. Not too many triggers myself either, so I think I'm good. Good, 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 good. Excellent. We can now partake in this game. But yeah, like, audio is good, right? Music's not too loud. Sound effects not too loud. Right? Right? It's not too overpowering. Maybe I should take the sound effects down a bit. Okay, there we go. Auto speed, language. They have it in Spanish? That'd be so cool. That'd be so cool if I could just like play through this again in Spanish. And the music is good. I already love it. Alright. Let's do this. Already I'm suffering. Huh? Back. Go back. We have realized I've made an error. Ahí tiene. Yes. Content warning. Oh, it's perfect. This game is not suitable for children. You agree that you're at least 13 years of age. This game contains some graphic scenes of violence. Oh, perfect. It has the triggers right here. This is amazing. Realistic kind of gore, jump scare, starvation, realistic visions, graphic violence, auditory gore, murder, death, dismemberment, graphic self-decapitation, realistic severed head. Okay. There you have it. There you have it. Okay. Hopefully this is not against TOS. I did not see anything in TOS over against this game. But if anything, we can just go through with this. And then I'll repost it onto YouTube. But yes. Not to Honkai Star on a Halloween thing, but new unexpected blorb alert. Oh no, please! Please, please! Share with the class. Who is this blorbo? You always have such good taste in blorbos. Who is it? I'm just gonna leave the trigger warning title card on there for a little bit, just so it's perceived, but please tell me who Blorbo is. Jump scare, starvation, no situation of graphic violence. Oh god. This is gonna be great. This is gonna be great. In the game, the players can easily die. If you encounter a murderer, please call the police first. It's unrealistic to develop a romantic relationship with a murderer. Yes. Thank you. This is a romance game in which we could die. This is fantastic. I love this. Okay. But what's a good romance game without some stakes? Am I right? Am I right? I remember the game I wanted to play for so long. I can't play it now because the company is no longer a thing. I've tried looking for it too. It was called Alice in the Country of Hearts. I was obsessed with that series as a kid, and I wanted to play the game so bad. Like, we temporarily got it on like an iPad and stuff, but because it had like paid content and stuff, my parents refused to pay for it, and we were like, whoops, okay. So we only got to play for like a couple routes and stuff, or like I guess like the intro routes. But yeah. In that game, you could also die. There are multiple endings where you get killed. One of the endings, you get killed by the twins. There are these two characters with such cute, adorable faces, and you get axed. For like a pretty game that's themed after Alice in Wonderland, it was jarring to see the little illustration for that. Heckin' Mr. Rekka? I think what happened, he's here now. Hey! The theater nerd! Alright, the music is, but like I said, like the music is not too loud, is it? It's okay? keep second guessing myself. I keep second guessing myself. I keep thinking like maybe it's too loud, maybe it's not. I don't know. Just from what I know of Mr. Rekka though, he looks intriguing. Especially since he's voiced by Todd Haberkorn. I know that guy can ham it up. With a severe headache, you wake up in an unfamiliar place. As you touch the bruise on the back of your head, it seems you were hit by something heavy before you lost consciousness. Volume's good? Thank you. A heavy iron chain tied around your feet. Someone has trapped you here. You try to remember what happened before you lost consciousness, but you can't recall anything. Let's investigate the surroundings first. Wow. The room is surrounded by 4 walls without any windows. It's weirdly cleaned up, and no ashes or sand can be seen. Looks like a prison built by a germaphobe. Where to investigate next? Cell phone? No signal. I might be in a remote place or underground. The fact that he let us keep our phone, though. I can play my games. Actually, no, a lot of the games I have require internet connection. The only game on my phone, I think, that does not require internet connection is like... Oh god, Minecraft. Or like... It's like Minecraft or... I think it's Countmaster. Yeah. Countmaster and Minecraft is Slitherio. Yes, I play Slitherio, okay? Okay. No, but yeah, those 3 games are the only ones on my phone that I have that don't need internet connection. Oh my god. You know what? I can kill time here and play Minecraft. That's cool. Playing it now. Imagine you're a Fire Rekka. IDK what path he'd be into though. I'd say Nihility. Simply because of Welt. I say Nihility because of Welt and Gwenefun. Because like, you know, like he's a theater man, he's a director, right? And Welt was an animator and Gwenefun is a streamer. Considering their paths and how like they're tied to the creativity and stuff, I'm assuming that Rekka's going to be Nihility, if not Erudition. That's my assumption though. If they decide to throw a curveball and make him Destruction, I will laugh. I will laugh. Okay. Where to investigate next? Mattress. There's a mattress on the floor. The mattress feels really hard to lie on. Oh, thank God! This guy has my taste in mattresses so down pat. Oh, thank God! I hate soft mattresses. I don't know what it is about my spine, but I hate soft mattresses. I like it when they're nice and firm. This is so good. Already he gets me. That scares me, actually. That's a vibe, though. Nihility Rekka's cool. Yeah. Part of me wants to say Fire Rekka, but that's because his name reminds me of this one anime. I think it was called The Flame of Rekka. I've never seen it, but I always saw little commercials for it whenever I'd borrow, like, Inuyasha DVDs from the library. Why did the music intensify? Where to investigate next? Kneel? Near the door, there's a serving of spaghetti with tomato sauce and a bottle of water. And also a round plastic fork that's completely harmless. That was thoughtfully attached. It's still warm. It feels like it was sent here not long ago. Where to investigate next? Door? You peek through the keyhole, but you see nothing outside. I wonder where I am. Where to investigate next? End investigation. Yes. Unless something might have missed? No. We've We've gone through everything, so we end the investigation for now. So what's the next move? Okay, listen. I would yell for help, but in this situation, I think we should listen first. You can't hear any sounds other than your own breathing. The soundproofing in this room seems particularly good. Alright, let's test that theory then. Yell for help. Nobody answers. I want to knock over the meal, but considering how meticulous this entire room is, that'd probably be a terrible idea, right? Alright, sleep. Are you sure? That reminds me of that bit where we had to walk around with Borisin with us when we were Jiaocho. I learned later that if I had chosen to ask for help from the people, they would have been killed. We would have heard them get killed. I watched a video of it on Twitter. As you're walking away, the Borisin behind you, kill them. What the? Bruh. Heck it, Fire Nihility Rekka. He better have plenty of film theater references in his abilities. Yes. Yes. Okay, we sleep. Are we sure? Yes, we sleep. I'm gonna get jump scared. Watch. I'm gonna open my eyes and he's gonna be right in front of my face. You lay on the bed. You try to sleep under these conditions. Maybe it's a fatigue caused by nervousness, but you still fall asleep. I would not be able to fall asleep. If this were me, I would not be able to. Oh. Huh? You open your eyes after hearing some noises. Ah! A tall man wearing a mask is squatted on the ground looking at you with his head tilted. I'm gonna be real with y'all. There's a particular reason why I chose this game. And it's because the porcelain mask he has on kind of makes me think of Brahms Hillshire from The Boy. I freaking love The Boy. It's one of my favorite movies. And he's one of my favorite, movie villains, so to speak. And I love him. He's so pretty. Look. He's got a cute mask, blue eye. I don't know. Just looking at him, I feel like I'm about to have a bad time. Just so we're clear, that's an Undertale reference. Or a little jab of an Undertale difference. Okay. He remains silent, as if he's sizing up his prey. Great! He points to the plate on the floor, indicating you should finish your meal quickly. Okay, so it was the right choice not to flip over the meal. Okay. Thinking that the strange man might have poisoned the meal, you shake your head in fear. Seeing you as you have no intention of eating, he looks quite distressed.
You can't die. Not now.
He slowly speaks with a deep and steady voice.
The freezer is full.
What does that mean?
The freezer is full, and there's no space for more.
More what?
7 days.
He pauses and thinks.
There won't be space until 7 days later.
It's like, okay, you know what? We're gonna keep going. I'm waiting for a pause.
If you die now, you'll rot.
What do you mean? So I only have 7 days left to live? He nods and walks out the door. Wait! You can't just leave me here like this! Please! Your cries can't stop the door from closing. Let's investigate the surroundings first. The meal. Croissant! Oh my god! It's a croissant! Or imagine his ultimate. I can only see him making the wildest expression of the most smug smirk. I how do I put this? I kind of want his ultimate to be done like a movie scene. Okay, so like in Mortal Kombat, one of the recent animalities that they had, specifically Johnny Cage's, is basically like a film set, and he turns into like an animal, like a shark reminiscent of Jaws, and that's how he kills his opponent in the end. I want something like that for his fatality, where it's like especially if he's like imaginary or something. We have like him with like a tripod or something, a camera set up. He's got like little figures around him, like I guess in reminiscent of a cast or something. And then the ultimate attack itself is like caught on camera. Maybe his little like he has like a little froggy, right? Like a little assistant. Maybe his little assistant can be like the quote unquote monster, like kaiju, that could be attacking his opponent that he could be filming. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I expressed that right. I don't know if I expressed that right. I have a vision in my brain and my mouths cannot word. Okay. So water bottle and a bread. It's such a cute little croissant. Look at that. It's adorable. We can probably trust the water, especially if we know it's sealed shut. Bread, on the other hand. For bread, we can see if it's salty. If it's salty, we know for a fact that it's got poison of some sorts in it. And we can like sample it a little bit, maybe. Okay, the door. You peek outside from the keyhole. You see the shadow of the man walking around and seems to be busy with something. What is he doing? Mattress. Sleep to end the day? Absolutely not. You can't. Okay. Sorry, maybe you can do. No. Okay. You sleep to end the day. Please try to improve your survival rate within 7 days. It is morning. Let's investigate and look around. Okay, real quick. I want to save this. Save, yes. I want to go to the settings. I feel like for voice we could turn him down a little bit because I love who they chose to voice this. Let me see real quick. Who was it? Let's see. The voice acting done by Easton at Easton and Emery. Hmm. Okay. All right. There's a headcanon going around that Rekka's a cremator, aka rogue members of the Garden of Recollection. Ayo? Many individuals obsess over the glory of the past and aspire to become memo keepers, longing to live within their memories. Such individuals often degenerate into unbridled cremators, distorting memories to suit their preferences. Hmm. I do like that. I do like that. He has the unhinged energy for it, just based on what we've seen in the trailer. Investigate and look around. Meal. An empty plate. The door. You check the keyhole. You seem to see something. You see that there is a vague figure at the end of the door. I observe quietly. You sense something wrong and realize what that is after narrowing your eyes. That's an artwork made of a human body, not a human being. Ah! Ah! You hear the door open. You slowly push the door, and there's no trace of the strange man. First, you go into a room with a large freezer, sink, and an operating table. Then you open another heavy door. You find yourself in a room full of glass display jars. The jars are filled with specimens made from human body parts. It's like you're in an art museum. Could it be that he wanted to freeze me as material for specimen artwork? You're thinking. You seeing this scene? You say... Um... Maybe. I can't run, because if I run, I know he's gonna come after me. He was like right at the door. If I swear, what are the chances he's gonna get mad? And if I admire them, I'm a sitting duck. You know what? If I admire them, I can get on his good side. I can get on his good side. Okay. You look around and admire his with relish. Hello? No, that's not what I intended. No. You look at them for 15 minutes straight. Why am I here for 15 minutes? And why does he let me? Why is he not dragging you back to my room? This is the part where the killer usually like catches them in the act of like watching their stuff and then drags them back and be like, you shouldn't have seen that or you shouldn't be here, right? Why am I They steal the stored memories that memo keepers have gathered and rank them in order of importance. The ones that they deem worthy are returned to the collection, whereas the ones arbitrarily deemed unworthy are completely destroyed, never to be found again. Just hmm. I do like that. An interesting take on this whole cremator idea. I do like the idea of Mr. Rekka. If he is indeed a cremator, I do like the idea of him taking these memories, but instead of destroying them, he uses them as a basis for his films. In a way, while removing them from the garden so they're not like returned to the collection and like remembered, in a way, he claims them for his own and makes them his own, making them seem like a work of fiction. Or something, I don't know. I don't know enough about Mr. Rekka to draw a proper conclusion. I haven't played the next update.
Interesting.
That was like right in here. Hear a voice coming from the corner. From the corner? I was here for 15 minutes and he was in the corner? It turns out the man has been watching you from a blind spot behind the glass cabinet. Okay, so it was a good option not to run or swear. I like them. They're so beautiful. Van goes silent with his head tilted for a couple seconds. After hearing your comment, he seems to be thinking about something.
Don't you consider it cruel or bloodthirsty to them?
Yeah, but I'm trying not. I. Uh, no. I feel nothing at all. I think MC's too freaky for him. He is flabbergasted. Not gonna lie, I like that idea. His own way of ensuring those memories live on, immortalizing only the best films of his own creation. Yes! Yes! See, thank you. Thank you. That's what I mean. Yes.
You're such a weirdo.
Hello? That's the pot calling the kettle black. Are you kidding me? Who is the creator of these artworks here, huh? Huh? The call is coming from inside the house. You think, aren't you talking about yourself? Exactly, see? After you have a tour in his display room, he locks you back in the small room you were in. Oh, he gave me a little tour. That's nice. That's nice. You go to sleep to end the day. The survival rate increases. Yes! Yes! My god. So he liked that MC was kind of freaky. Okay. Okay. I can work with this. I can work with this. Day 3. Oh, we're already halfway. Till noon, you don't see breakfast or lunch being delivered. You're already starving. Breakfast of a medic entity? Huh? Huh? Like Gallagher? The plot chickens. Sorry. I love that phrase. Ever since I saw it on a Tumblr post, I love that phrase. Every time I hear the chance to do it, the plot thickens. Sometimes I get the urge to say the plot chickens. It's just great. I love it. It's a stupid little joke that I love so much, but it tickles my brain. You're waiting for him to bring dinner, but what you get is not dinner. Do I get dessert? Do I get dessert? Hmm? Uh, Instead, you hear the door was opened. The light shines through the crack of the half-open door, looking like an intriguing invitation. You open the door and walk into that light. No, me! Don't walk into the light! No! You first arrive at the room with operating table outside the door. But this time the operating table is not empty. There's a defrosted human corpse on it. Oh! Oh! Okay. So he's freeing up space in the fridge. Okay. I now dread to think of what the meatballs were made of in our spaghetti in the first day. Man pops up out of somewhere. He unties the iron chains from your feet and hands the surgical knife in his hand to you.
First, where do you think the first cut should be?
His voice tone sounds cold, like the kind of teacher who gives students hard questions on purpose. Oh, that's great. Okay. I can't attack him with a surgical knife. That's gonna screw me over. I can't stab the corpse. Can't simply stab the corpse. The wording is what gets me here. I would stab the corpse, but at the same time, the wording gets me here. It seems like it'd be frivolous. It'd be willy-nilly, you know? We just, like, stick the knife in the corpse. But... see, that's what worries me, because he sounds like he does want to make this a precision sort of operation. If I just stab the corpse, he's gonna get mad. If I can't do it, what are the odds he's gonna get mad? You know what? I can't do it. Yeah. Can't hurt innocent people, even if it is a corpse. But if you don't cut it, the man will know you're just pretending to admire his artwork to survive. After struggling with your thoughts, you drop the knife in your hand in fear.
You were indeed pretending.
He locks you back in the small room you were in. There's no such chance ever again after that. You only eat the meal he sends every day and wait for the seventh day to come. I fucked up! No! I'm too soft-hearted. Okay, so I have to match his freak. Okay, fine. Fine, I got this. I unlocked one ending, though. We got this. Got this. Let's see. Can't recall anything? Yes. Alright. Let's investigate the surroundings. We already know... what? Soundproof. A prison built by a germaphobe. I have to wonder. This intrigues me. You know, we can actually. I was gonna be like worried about like repeating dialogues and stuff, but this is something we can start deriving information from. Looks like a prison built by a germaphobe. If anything, what can we derive from this? From this and the meal, we can obviously tell he doesn't want anything in here that we can hurt ourselves with or hurt him with. Maybe that's why the whole room is so sterilized. But then, you also have to wonder, like this specific wording. Could he himself also be a germaphobe? Like, it seems counterintuitive. I don't know if that's the word I'm using. It seems counterintuitive considering his gruesome artworks. But at the same time, there's things like say, Chisaki from My Hero Academia. Chisaki from My Hero Academia, he himself is also a germaphobe, but he has no problem getting his hands dirty when it comes to a kill, even if it does bother him afterwards. I have to wonder if this guy is the exact same way. It would not surprise me, honestly. It would not surprise me. Because, like, the artworks themselves, like when we saw, like, the panel and everything, were a little too meticulous. A little too meticulous. Probably perfectly preserved and everything. But... perhaps I'm reading too much into it. Mattress. Firm mattress. I hope it's a firmness because of the mattress itself, and not because it is an old thing. That is not sanitary. But considering the assumption that he might be a germaphobe too, if we consider the assumption that he might be a germaphobe too, I would not be surprised if it's just a firm mattress. Spaghetti. I love spaghetti this way. I love spaghetti this way. With like the meatballs, the meat all like crushed up and scattered among the spaghetti. I unfortunately cannot leave spaghetti in peace though. I cannot leave it as is. I would be so sad to eat this. You know why? Because I love dumping a bunch of Parmesan into my spaghetti. I love dumping so much Parmesan into my spaghetti. It's not even funny. water bottle. I genuinely think that of all the meals we have, the water bottle is the best, like the safest thing we can have from him. It's sealed. See, also round plastic fork that's completely harmless. I don't know. How flimsy is this plastic fork? Because if it's so flimsy, we could not eat the spaghetti with it. The spaghetti's too heavy to eat with like a flimsy plastic fork. He's a memo keeper. What if he's secretly a cremator? Apparently has the ability to erase memories. Sir, what? That's insane. No, but genuinely, if this fork was really that flimsy and useless, we would not be able to eat the spaghetti with it. Spaghetti is too heavy. I would only be able to pick like 2 strings of spaghetti at one time. I would have to like stuff my face in spaghetti. Eat it with my bare hands, like barrel. Guess like otherwise, I don't know. Round plastic fork can be pretty dangerous in the right hands. Probably not against him though. I've already come up with like a couple different ways you could use this to your advantage, but unfortunately, both of them would involve him having to remove his mask, and that's not happening in any way. Unless you can get it through the eye holes. But that's such a small target. He would easily stop you from harming him. Mm. Parmesan cheese, my beloved. Absolute beloved. Bruh, I love Parmesan cheese so, so much. I eat it on my pizzas, I eat it on my spaghetti. I eat it on this thing. Okay, I don't know how to say it in English. It's a dish that we do. I heard them called gorditas. I heard them called sopes. Basically, is you take like a dough and you pat it into like a flat disc and you fry it. And then you put like tomato sauce, lettuce, and cheese. I like to eat it with Parmesan cheese. Typically, I eat it with like queso fresco or there's this other cheese. I forgot what it was called already. But yeah, no. I typically eat with like queso fresco or some other cheese that's like more crumbly, not powdery like Parmesan. But I prefer it with Parmesan because that's how I always ate it as a child. I love supper so much. I kind of craving now. I wonder if I have dough in the fridge. If we do have dough in the fridge, I'm not allowed to touch it though, because we're probably gonna make tamales soon. It's November. It's November. Tomorrow's gonna be All Saints Day. Is Dia de los Inocentes. And then the day after that is Dia de los Muertos. We already have our ofrenda up and everything. It's great. That goes on every noodle thing I have. Yes. And yeah, we already have our ofrenda up and everything. I would know because my cat has tried to attack it several times. She likes the colorful papers and stuff we have hanging around it. It's so funny. It's warm. Okay, but the presentation though. Can we talk about the presentation of this? He truly is an artist. It's so neatly placed. It's so nice. There's nothing in the keyhole. Hey, listen. I want to say knock over the mule. That's probably gonna get us a bad end. We play it safe. We play it safe. Here we go. Here we go. Genuinely, who falls asleep in this situation? Not me. I'd have to be awake for several days before I fall asleep. Or I would be pretending to see if he does anything. I have to wonder though, how does he know when we fall asleep? Does he come in at set intervals? Or does he have a camera in here to watch us with? Hmm. I just realized his little smiley pin. What do we call him, anyways? We just call him Painter? You know what? I hereby dub thee Sans. Wait, there's an alternate universe of Sans as a painter, isn't there? I'm trying to remember. There's an AU that someone did of like Sans with like a paintbrush, right? I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember. It's been so long since I consumed any Undertale fan content. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up. I need to find it. Ah, yes, Undertale I use my beloved. Absolute beloveds. See. Is there a Sans with like a paintbrush or something? Ink Sans! Yes! Ink Sans. Created by Comet. He's a conceptual Sans who escaped an abandoned and incomplete world through the destruction of his soul. Thanks to a paintbrush that fell in the void, he gained the ability to create objects out of paint and ink. I was right. There was a Sans with a paintbrush. Yes. Okay. He is Sans now. Sans painter. We should finish the meal? No, we're not. We're not going to. I wonder how he must have felt when we refused to eat his meal. He looks distressed. He looks distressed. But what does that mean? Is it distressed as in like he wants us alive because he has some sort of care in a way? Is it strictly because he doesn't want us to die and rot? Like, what is his distress? What is causing his distress? I mean, I hear zeroing on the most traumatized one, heck, an aftertale. The heck, and wreck
You
my
can't
emotions.
die. Not now.
That's a very good sense, Boogie Mimikyu.
The freezer is full.
What does that mean?
The freezer is full and there's no space for more. 7 days. There won't be space until 7 days later.
I'm pretty sure we are supposed to be fodder for his artworks.
If you die now, you'll rot.
I only have 7 days left to live. I'm actually paying attention to the MC's avatar. She looks so cute. She looks so cute. She's got like a Hime cut. I love it. I could never rock bangs like that. Okay. Investigate the surroundings. Already, just based on this, what can we derive? What information can we derive from this? Water obviously wants to keep us hydrated, but not too much. Not too much that it overwhelms us. And a single croissant. A single croissant, that gets me. Is it because we refused to eat his spaghetti? Did he not want to expend any more effort on us? Was he offended that we refused his spaghetti? Shame though. Single croissant. How are we supposed to insist on that? Actually, wait, no, that's actually smart. That's actually so smart. It just occurred to me that this is so smart. It's so smart that he's only feeding us the bare minimum right now. If we're going to die here, we're going to be converted into an artwork. Of course he wouldn't want us to have any food in our system. Make it easier to clean out the body later. He is a professional at this, yes. Door. Hmm. He's walking around and seems to be busy with something. What is he doing? What is he doing? What is he doing out there? Is he already making preparations for like when we get to be one of his artwork? Or no, we have a corpse already lined up during the route. Is he making preparations for us to help make him an artwork? If we react favorably to his artworks, then hmm, okay, okay. I can only think of this somebody touching my spaghetti meme now. I'm not gonna lie to you, that's exactly why I called it spaghetti. That's exactly why I called it spaghetti. It's because of that meme. I ever since I heard that meme, I can never see spaghetti or talk about spaghetti without calling it spaghetti. I have no idea why. I tried to like make sure I don't, but it just like lodged right in my brain. I gotta say spaghetti. And unfortunately it's caught on to my siblings too. At randomly I'll hear my siblings say like, "Oh, I want spaghetti," or "Pass the spaghetti." I'm like, "Oh God, I have infiltrated their vernacular." Let me sleep the day away. Please try to improve your survival rate within 7 days. I have already failed miserably because I was being too cautious. A meal. See, I'm telling you. He's feeding the bare minimum, if at all, so it's easier to like clean and handle the corpse later. The door. Ah, it is a corpse. He observed quietly. I feel like if I yelled for help, he'll get mad. It's an artwork made of a human body, not a human being. You know what this makes me think of? I believe it was Hannibal. I believe it was Hannibal. But there was this one point where like this one show where like a person got killed and their body was turned into an artwork. I think using or modeled after a cello. I believe it was Hannibal. I can't remember, but I thought it was kind of cool, like morbidly cool, but kind of cool. So the creative way it was displayed completely awestruck me. I was like shocked, stunned, and I was just like, "What? Dude, I forgot he does that." Why? Room, operating tables. The fact that he's letting us see all this on purpose. That's what gets me. Art museum. Okay, we're following this through.
Interesting. Now that I think of it, he does kind of look like he's dressed in scrubs. It's probably just a black shirt and black pants, but it kind of looks like he's dressed in scrubs.
I do love the simplicity of his outfit. Kind of cute.
Don't you consider it cruel or bloodthirsty to them?
No, I feel nothing at all.
You're such a weirdo.
Me? This always makes me indignant. This makes me indignant. I know it's gonna make me indignant every single time I hear this. Okay, so like he has these artworks here. That is clearly someone he preserved and stuck branches into, but I want to see what's on these ones. I want to see what's on these ones. I'm kind of curious. That they gives us a little tour of his display room. Survival rate increases. See, we're starving. Genuinely, though, I feel like sometimes he like limits the amount of food he gives us, right when there's like gonna be like a bad end. I feel it. I feel it. I'm assuming that's gonna be the case, but okay, we know this part.
First, where do you think the first cut should be?
Cole, like the kind of teacher gives students hard questions on purpose. Hmm. I kind of want to attack him with the surgical knife, but I know he probably has the reflexes to like stop it. But I also feel like if I just stab the corpse willy nilly, he's going to get mad. Safest bet: stab the corpse. Maybe beautiful artworks always come with some sacrifices. Yeah. Without hesitation, you stab the abdomen of the corpse with a knife. But due to the lack of professionalism, the lines you cut are crooked and ugly. Oh no. This is when he gets close behind your back and holds your hand. You're both holding the surgical knife, like the two of you are cutting a cake together. With his hand, the lines you cut become smooth and clean. You can smell an ocean perfume on him due to how close you are. It seems to be sprayed to cover up the smell of formalin. Fuck. I love the smell of like ocean scents. I love the smell of ocean scents. Those are one of the things I love to get from like perfumes in stores, like specifically for like candles. Those like ocean breeze type scents, I love them so much. My sister despises them though. But she's always been very picky about the kinds of smells she wants around the house. But ah, you can feel his warmth with your back, but his fingers are a little cold. He's focusing on cutting the corpse, and your hand keeps moving under his lead. He could have killed you or ignored you, but he didn't. You start to speculate on the purpose of his behaviors. Could it be that he wants someone who can ignore the cruelty in the process and understand him? You think. After the happy creative time ends, you're locked back in the room you were in. You go to sleep to end the day. No thoughts, just gray romantic Rekka. But when he does feel attraction, the man is locked in. Hopeless romantic Rekka, my beloved. Yes. It kind of reminds me of this is like veering way off course, but it's Halloween. It's a Halloween sort of theme, so might as well. Um, People had canon Sweeney Todd from the titular musical that he might be gray romantic because of, like how he loved his Lucy so much, and went off the shits when he figured out what happened to her. I like to think that Rekka's the exact same way. Like his beloved would be elevated to utmost importance and adoration, but gods forbid anything happen to them. Gods forbid anything happen to them, because there will be hell to pay. I do love that, especially with how unhinged Brekka is. Like, to me personally, I like to think that's just him being a theater kid. But also, I do love the idea of him genuinely being, like, off the rocks crazy. I love the idea of him being wild, maddened. Especially with, like, your idea of him probably being a cremator or something. Like, hmm. Like, this man who's possibly no holds barred. But, like, just goes on his daily life as if he's like, everything's normal, everything's cool. But when he gets into his passions and gets into, like, certain situations, the switch is completely flipped. I mean, Mans does apparently have the ability to erase memories, so. Yeah. Until noon, you don't see breakfast or lunch being delivered. Huh? You're already starving. I mean, it's only been 2 days. Hmm. You notice that something is shining in the corner. Key. It seems like the man accidentally dropped it last night. You open the door with the key. You go past the operating table where you two spent creative time together last night. The display room. Then you discover there are uneven marks from one wall to the corner. A false wall? You find a trapdoor. After pushing the trapdoor, you see a normal basement storage room. Oh, look at these furnishings. They're so cute. Oh. I would be absolutely terrible at escaping this place. I would get so distracted by everything. Especially these little furnishings. Look. On top of that one, I'd have to wonder, is that like a candle stand? Is it for lamps? I would say a candle stand. It does seem like it. But then it doesn't have like a little plate to catch the melting wax. Hmm. Could it be like a little display? But it's so small. All these parchments, papers. What could be on them? At the corner of the storage room, you see a stair that goes up. It turns out this really is an underground secret room. Hidden layer by layer with a trapdoor. No wonder the sound insulation is so good. You walk up the stairs and see a heavy wooden board. You push it hard. What catches your eye is the interior of a cozy cabin. And you realize the heavy wooden board you just pushed is the back of a bookcase. You look around and find that there are insect specimens everywhere in the cabin. And also a reindeer head specimen hanging on the wall. Then you walk into the living room. Okay, let's try to take some details in here first. Artwork? Cool. Okay. They're getting xenomorphed. There's a chest burster. I guess it's a tummy burster. There's a belly burster coming out of there. The plants are all dead. Does he not take care of his plants? So he knows how to preserve human remains to make them artwork, but he doesn't know how to take care of plants? I'm judging him so hard right now. I probably shouldn't be. I'm focusing on the wrong thing right now, but I'm judging him so hard right now. How do you lose a plant? Except by forgetting to cherish it. But still, nah. This makes me sad. Surely you could have figured out a way how to take care of them. Actually, you know what? No, this is completely on him. Why are they all way up here? Why are they all way up here? How are you supposed to take care of them and water them if they're all way up there? Not a frame. Was this parents? What is that? Candle? Resin, maybe? I would not be surprised if that's resin, honestly. And it says that they're insect specimens. Where are these insect specimens? I love looking at insects. I love looking at bugs. I want to see the bugs. Show me the bugs! You see a young man with a handsome face and pale skin lying on the sofa. That's him. That's actually him. We're seeing his face. I do love the idea of Rekka being like Sweetie Todd in the way of how much he adored Lucy too. R.I.P. anyone who dares mess with Rekka's significant other. Yes. Not gonna lie. Just with the idea of him being like Sweeney Todd, I do like the idea of Fire Rekka more now. It's a bit of a twisted idea, but like I think it'd be fitting. I think it'd be rather fitting. Still, I'm in awe. He looks so young. The ocean-scented perfume and the faint smell of formalin emanates from his body. It's him! He's the masked man who kidnapped you! But he's not wearing a mask at this time. His sleeping face has a ferocious expression. His neck is sweating and he seems to be trembling. It looks like he's sick. At this time, you decide to... We could absolutely successfully escape if we wanted to. We could escape if we wanted to. He's helpless. He's sick. Look at him. And if he were to try to stand up, he would trip all over his sheets. I don't know. I've tried to stand up. I tried to stand up from my couch with a blanket wrapped around my legs like that. Boom! Instant collapse. Probably because I have a lack of coordination, but still. I can't imagine he'd be able to quickly go after us with that wrapped around his legs, especially if he's sick. But look at him. He looks so pathetic. He looks so sad and weak and cute. I want to squish his face. This is setting off my cuteness aggression. It is terrible. It is setting off my cuteness aggression, and I resent that. Of course, I'm gonna stay and take care of him against better reasoning. You can't bear to leave him alone, so you reach out and touch his forehead. Oh! That's so hot! You try to find something that can cool him down. Let's investigate. In the living room. It's spotlessly clean. Where to investigate next? I can learn more about him. Okay, priority. My special interest takes first. Bugs. It feels like he did them all. October 31st, 2022. Well, at least I can rest easy knowing he's probably in his 20s. Possibly. Oh, hold up. No, yeah, he'd probably be around his 20s. Let's see. If he'd be like, if these specimens were done, let's see. Probably be around like 8 or so when he did this. So if it's like 2022, if he's 8. Oh, wait, he'd be like in his 30s. Never mind. I was way off. Okay, he'd be in his 30s. Right, wait. No, I can't math. I can't math! If he's 8 years old, the year is 2022. The year is 2002 when he's 8 years old. How do I calculate how old he is? Um wait. Would he be 32 years old then? Just wreck his significant other being all. I can make him worse. I can fix him. I can love him for who he is. Yes. Yes. Me personally, I would love to make him worse. I would love to make him worse. I myself am a theater person. You know the creativity would be peak if that man just allowed more range. And you know what that man needs? That man needs a significant other who would yes and him. He would be like, this concept. And his significant other should be the kind of person who would go, yes, and this. Or wait, consider this. I love doing that to people. Not to too many, but I love doing that to people because it's so fun to see the kinds of stuff and kind of reactions they will show. And you yes and someone, the greatest feeling is when you see like the notification that they're typing go on and on and on and on and on for several minutes before they just dump a huge block of text on you. Or alternatively, it's like message after message after message after message, just like series of messages like incoming because you set off their interest and they're just like info dumping to you. That's the best feeling in the world, honestly. But yeah, no, I genuinely believe that he would definitely benefit from someone like that. Mr. Rekka would definitely benefit from someone adding to his creativity or helping out his creativity. A muse. Yes? Yeah. Telling you though, he seems like such a silly, happy guy. I love him. I can't wait to play through that. I can't wait to play through that quest. Still, he did bugs. The workmanship of these specimens is exquisite. This is genuine feelings. Look at that collection of bugs. Let's investigate next. Photos. There's a photo frame on the shelf. It's a photo of him standing at the entrance of the Judicial Mental Hospital with a man in a doctor's robe. The shelf. Cocoa powder? There's a jar of cocoa powder and a cup on it. Let's make him a cup of cocoa. Investigate next. Locked box. There's a box with a combination lock on the shelf. No. Let's not try it. Bookcase. You find some of his profile files in the bookcase. His name? Helen Otis. His birthday, October 1st, 1980. Okay, we have an age! We have an age! $44? Wait, this probably takes place in 2017. Don't mind me. I'm just like kind of giggling now because okay, he'd be 37. That does not wane my interest whatsoever. This does not wane my interest whatsoever. Sue me. I like older men. Okay. Still, he has such a baby face. He has such a baby face. It's adorable. I would never have guessed he's like 37. He has such a baby face. He's adorable. He's so cute and pathetic. They're both unhinged theater kids. Bonus if significant other's more of a chill person when not around him, but when they're together, Eon's help Penacone. Yes! Yes! I do love that so much. I do love that. They just like feed off each other's energy, and no one can hope to keep up. Turn to investigate next. The sofa. Yeah, you don't think it's good for a patient to sleep on the sofa, but you can't move him with your strength. Yeah, no, he's got baby face. Look, he's got dark circles. I guess he's got kind of like some lines around his eyes, but how to investigate next? Him. He's still having a fever. That investigation. Yes. Let's go to the kitchen. We checked everything in the shelf, right? This kitchen is spotlessly clean. Does he have specimens up there too? Does he keep bugs handy so he can admire them while he eats? Alright, we'll check the fridge. There's some ice cubes in it. Ice can cool down his body temperature. In the cabinet? Find some clean towels in the kitchen cabinet. I can soak a towel in ice water. You can place it on his head to cool him down. Yes. I'm paranoid. I'm gonna go back to the living room. We checked this. October 1st, 1980. Could that be the combination with the block? No. I don't want to risk that. I feel like if we try to open the combination lock and it gets set off, he's going to kill us, so... Yeah. You return to the living room, wring out the excess water from the towel soaked in ice water, and place it on his forehead. His ferocious expression gradually softens. You once again notice his fair skin and long eyelashes, and his slightly curled black hair. God, what is it with men and taking all the nice lashes? What is it with men and having nice lashes? What do they use them for? What do they use them for? God, like, save some of those features for the rest of us! Like, my brother has the nicest lashes out of all of us in the family. We are mostly women in this house, and he has the nicest lashes out of all of us. I am so envious of his lashes. The one who's compared is my little sister, the second youngest. You know, my dear Soup. But genuinely, I am so envious of men with like pretty long lashes. What is it? What do they use them for? I could see it particularly for like men with like cute brown eyes, where it's like they can like bat their little eyes and you can do whatever they want. You know, you'll be like, I don't want to leave the house today, and they'll be like, please, I want to go on an adventure, and then they bat their little eyes, and you're like, God damn, I guess I'm supposed to now. But you can't even be mad at them because they look adorable because of the freaking ass lashes. looks so cute though. I would never have guessed he's like 37. Never in a million years. Never in a million years. You don't say or think he's a murderer. His sleeping face looks pretty harmless now. After a while, he wakes up to the scent of your brewing cocoa and sits upon the couch. He looks a little shocked. Uh, the juxtaposition of his cute little face and the gruesome artwork he's done is jarring to me. It's like those art versus artist memes on Twitter. Oh goodness. He is so cute though. Look at him. He was silly Time Eyes, and now he's serious. He looks around quickly and seems to understand what's going on.
Why are you doing this?
Uh, I wanted to ask myself that very same question too.
You saw me faint and didn't choose to run away.
Would you have preferred I have? Is that what you're saying? Would you have preferred I leave you here to suffer in your fever, get the authorities, bring them over here and drag your ass out of this cabin? Is that what you'd say? Is that what you want? Mm. I, for one, love the idea of director Rekka and either screenwriter or composer or significant other. Just bounce the ideas off each other. The mutual enthusiasm cannot be contained. Yes! Yes! Okay, for me personally, I like to see it as director Rekka. I like the idea of his significant other being a composer. And they both collaborate as like screenwriter. Because then it's just like a it's like them bouncing ideas off each other and feeding off each other's creativity. I feel like they could come up with a magnificent story and note it down. Yes. I'd have to wonder how, especially considering they, okay, with the idea of him being a cremator and taking stuff from the Garden of Recollection to make it into his own, like, films and stuff. With that sort of idea slash theory, that would bring interesting implications. Like him being a director, so you know, there being like a composer. It has interesting plot ways that could go. Like, would they realize what he's doing? Would they know and support him? Would they be none the wiser? Thinkings. But meantime, I got this problem to deal with.
You're such a weirdo.
Again with that, really? Oh no, thinkings. Personally, me, I would support his wrongs. You find a kindred spirit like that who's willing to be as unhinged as you are in theater, you keep him. You keep him. I would support his wrongs. He's screwing things up for the Garden of Recollection. Who cares? He is baby girl. He deserves the world. If he wants to cause problems from the Garden of Recollection and make his own silly little films with the memories he's stolen, and by silly little films, I mean it in the most affectionate way possible, by the way. I take his films very seriously. I would take his films so seriously. But listen, if he wants to tamper with stuff in the Garden of Recollection and cause them grief for his own little purposes, I would simply support him. That is my baby girl. That is my wife. Is there anyone weirder than you in this house? You can't help but bitch about him. Ah. You seem to see the corners of his mouth rising slightly for a few seconds. The atmosphere between you two relaxes. Stop that. He's got a cute smile. So he's got pretty lashes. He's got pretty blue eyes. And he's got a cute little smile. Like, this man is designed to be my kryptonite. Is it any wonder I fell so hard for Risley at first sight? It's the pretty blue eyes, the soft, unexpected smile, the tousled black hair. He's like, what, in his late mid-30s? Mm. This man's just my kryptonite, I swear to God. He doesn't drink the cocoa you brewed for him. It seems that he's still a little wary of you. Fair. I neglected to eat his spaghetti when he brought it to me. It's fair. It's fair. But don't you think if I would put rat poison in it to kill you, you could, like, smell the salt in it? Can you tell me who you are?
Bloody Painter. That's the name they gave me for my modus operandi. If you find it difficult to pronounce, you can call me BP.
I like Bloody Painter, actually. Even though what he told you was just a nickname. Well, at least you know what to call him by now. Brother, I'm considering infiltrating the Guard of Recollection as a heckin' date, especially if Rekka's secretly a cremator while acting as memo keeper. I love that! I love that! Partners in crime. Partners in crime. I love that. After the brief conversation on the sofa, he does not lock you back in the underground secret room. Yes! Perhaps staying to take care of him when he fell ill was enough to prove that you won't run away. You get up from the sofa and continue to look at the specimen decorations in the living room. He sits on the sofa and crosses his legs, picking up a book and starting to read.
By the way, you better not try to escape.
He's got such a pretty slender waist. What does he have such a slender waist for? So we may easily wrap our arms around him and hug him? No, he kind of dwarfs us. I'm thinking back to when we did like the operating room bit. He kind of dwarfs us. Oh, but he's got a slender enough waist. I bet I can get my arms around him. You know, the title was a joke, but I'm starting to realize I'm actually playing into it a bit too much. Okay, I'm charmed by him, okay? I'm charmed by him. Now that we're not locked in that little room, I'm kind of charmed by him. I'm kind of charmed by him. I'm pretty sure it was seeing him all sad and pathetic that got me. God damn it! God damn it! I am predictable. If I see a sad wet cat blurbo, I get attached to it. I imprint on it like a little patito. Like a little ducky. I have a weakness for sad wet cat blurbos. That's probably why I got so attached to freaking Dateslip of all people. Dateslip and D-Luke. Like, genuinely, D-Luke seems like the kind of guy. If you've ever seen, like, I think it's Pride of Prejudice. There's a scene where he's, like, standing out in the rain, all sad and wet, soaked to the bone, as he tries to confess his feelings. I could easily imagine D-Luke doing, in such a scenario, trying to confess to his person. That makes me laugh so hard. Because he is dramatic enough to do that. D-Luke has the theater kid bone in him. He would absolutely stand in the rain, probably like flowers, maybe a box of chocolates in hand, absolutely drenched, and trying to confess his feelings. Maybe at their door or even like at their window. That makes me laugh. I need to draw this at some point. Or if anyone has a heckin' slender waist, it's Boot Hill. Yes! You get it! You get it! You get it! You get it! He is meant to be held. He is meant to be held. I cannot tell you how many fan arts I've seen of Argenti with his arms around Boot Hill's waist. That makes me laugh. But it's like I feel it! I wish that were me! Oh, he'd feel so nice though. The feel of his metal body would probably feel so nice. I doubt it would probably be like stark cold metal. If anything, it'd probably be like warm as like a computer in use, maybe. Or like when cars are like have the engine running for like a while and you feel like you feel like the hood or something near it. I think that's how it would feel. That's the kind of warmth you would radiate. Like when you have a car running for a while and you touch the hood of it or something. And even better yet, I feel like touching around like his abdomen and stuff, you could probably feel the whir of his inner mechanisms too. Especially if he's like getting flustered in the process of like being hugged. I'm probably thinking too much of that. Sad wet cat's my favorite kind of bloro. Yes. Yes. It's because they're so sad and pathetic. You just want to take care of them. You want to like put them in your little pocket and take them everywhere. I'm gonna take them and put them in a box of styrofoam peanuts. Little styrofoam packing peanuts so they're safe. But at the same time, with sad wet cat blorbos, I also want to put them in a blender. Or put them in a pickle jar and shake them. Like, you know how Lilo had, like, her little spoon, so she's like, how she says she punishes her friends when they're bad, and she's like, she has the spoons in the pickle jar, and she's like, shaking it aggressively. Me. That's the energy I have for, like, Satwick cat blorbos. Either I want to, like, put them in my pocket or in a pile of packing peanuts so they're safe, or I want to put them in a blender or a pickle jar and shake the shit out of them like Darla did to the fishies. No, but that's cute. Please hold Boot Hill, he needs it. Yes! He can't feel it, but I bet you he'd appreciate the thought. That reminds me of like what someone said about Alphonse Elric from Full Metal Alchemist, where it's like he's trapped in a suit of metal armor, but regardless of that, his brother always like sleeps with like pressed back to back with him in like some semblance of comfort. Like Al can't feel it, but I bet you he loves the sort of like sense of normalcy it could possibly give him to wake up and know that his brother is still like cuddled up to him. Because regardless of the fact that he has a metal body or anything, they both still need the comfort after, especially considering what they went through, losing parts of their bodies. In Al's case, their entire body, losing their mother in the process, losing their mother both in like death and trying to transmute her. Awful idea, but they were just kids. Look, they just wanted their mom back, but still, that's what it gets me. It's like I think even if Boot Hill can't feel gestures of affection like embraces or anything, I bet you it's just the thought behind them that would be a comfort to him. Of course, he'd feel sad that he can't feel them, but in a way, just the fact that the person is willing to do that for him, to try and to want to, and try to offer him comfort, I feel like it would mean the world to him. Especially if he like really trusts them. I mean, naturally he'd have to trust them for them to get that close. But still. I'm thinking too much of Boot Hill. Shoo, shoo, shoo. Get that cowboy out of my brain. I need to focus on my painter. So keep it Mickey, I appreciate whenever like we're playing different games, then you just bring up your little blorbos. I feel like I should mention that. I absolutely love it when you bring in other blorbos from like different games from the one I'm playing. It's so fun to just talk about it. Bruh. Yeah! I hit the Boot Hill feels. Let's go. I have too many thinkings about Boot Hill and like affection. But that's just me. That's me. It's for reasons. It's for reasons.
There are traps all around the cabin, and only I know how to get in and out safely.
Are there now? Could I have gotten killed in the process of investigating everything? I'm I'm pretty sure I might have gotten killed if I had tried to unlock the safe and not gotten it. Okay. Thank? Yeah, of course. It's always fun to like exchange ideas and talk about Blorbos. You sit on the sofa. Soon a wave of sleepiness comes over you. Oh no, no, I want to see more insect specimens. I want to see more insects. Today you fall asleep on the sofa in the living room, not in the cold underground secret room. My survival rate increased! Day 5. You see him busy cleaning in and out of the house early in the morning. I'll come help too. After finishing speaking, you pick up the rag and bucket and join the cleaning. Yay! We're doing tasks with him. Let's go. I love doing tasks with people. That's a lie. Depends on the task. If we're cleaning, I would hope that there's an ample room for both of us. Because otherwise I will feel caged in and claustrophobic. I or if I'm sweeping, God forbid they cross my path. God forbid people cross my path when I'm sweeping. I don't like it. I don't like it. I like to have my nice ample space to clean. When it comes to like sweeping and mopping. Mopping especially. My little siblings are little shits. I swear to you. I swear to you. Pardon my French, but they are awful. I'll be like mopping and they'll be like, "Oh, sorry," and they'll like try like tiptoe or outright step across the place I just mopped. I would just have just freshly mopped the floor, and next thing you know, these little shits are coming in from outside and be like, "Oh my god, you mopped? Why didn't you tell me?" And then walk across the entire thing. They take the long way through the kitchen to go all the way back to the rooms. I love them. But sometimes I want to shake them like my maraca. My cat is that way too. I'll mop. She'll be like chill on the couch. I'll be like cleaning and mopping. She'll be chill on the couch. As soon as I'm done, and she sees I'm done. As soon as she sees I'm done, she'll look me dead in the eye, hop off the couch, and start patting across the floor. My siblings influenced her too badly. She's terrible. She's terrible. She attacks my decorations and she like dirties my floors. Bruh, same. Let Boo Hill have affection. Even if he's adamant on if he deserves affection, considering what his body was made for, he'll melt within the affection given. Yes! I'd have to wonder if maybe he would be so reserved and like hesitant about affection because it humanized him. Like him stubbornly trying to see himself as like a weapon to fight the IPC. And wanting to keep his firm resolve, but it's like whenever his person shows him affection, he feels a certain wavering. Maybe not to stop his pursuit altogether, but it's like he can't see himself as a weapon in that moment. Because in that moment, he feels like his old self again. Perhaps he can't feel the affection, but he feels so loved and adored in ways that he hasn't in ages. Oh, okay, oof. That's a twofer, that's a twofer. I'm scared for you to drop something sad now. I got you twice, now I'm scared for you to drop something sad. You can't really see where this almost spotless house needs to be cleaned. But see, this is what I'm saying. At the beginning, what I was assuming, he probably is like a genuine germaphobe. Now, like Chisaki, is kind of like he's obligated to like dirty his hands and get bloodied and all that stuff, considering like his path in life. But he doesn't like it necessarily. He doesn't like the dirtiness. Alternatively, maybe he's just spotless because in case this gets like raided or run across, there's like no trace of him whatsoever besides like stuff. No, but then that would be suspicious. If he were using this as a front and it would be raided and like he doesn't want it to be seen that he's here, he would let dust like settle over these things. That way it doesn't look lived in. If it looks lived in, then they would know this is an active home base. I think the cleanliness is just for him. I genuinely believe the cleanliness is just for him. No thoughts. Flaming film strips for Rekka's attack, slowly attacking with a film reel. That would be so cool. That would be so cool. Now I've got this idea of like him chucking a film reel and then like yanking it back by the film. It would hurt me. It would hurt me. But it would hurt me to see that because like I don't like seeing when tapes get like all messed up and stuff. But it would be cool to visualize. You're just taking a clean rag and wiping it on the clean cabinet. Do you usually love cleaning this much?
It would soon be covered with a layer of dust.
Supposed to clean like this once or twice a week. Always be covered layer dust. Yeah, I get it. Although he doesn't talk much, his tone and voice give you a gentle feeling and does make you feel nervous. You climb up the short ladder and wipe the high cabinets with a rag. Suddenly, a cockroach crawls out from a crack in the cabinet. You are so frightened you lose your balance and fall backwards. You close your eyes, but what you get is not the feeling of falling on the ground or pain, but a warm feeling. You open your eyes and find that he's holding you like you're a princess. Give me a moment. This POV is just. He catches you with the same old cold expression on his face.
Are you all right?
Perhaps to resolve the awkwardness, he asks. I'm all right. It was just a cockroach. Hearing the word cockroach, he puts you down. He takes 2 steps back from the cabinet you just wiped, and then says calmly,
Don't come near here yet.
What? For a moment there, I thought he was going to freak out, and we would have to squash it for him, but... What does he mean not to come near there? Why?
It's dangerous.
You can't help but chuckle at the thought of a murderer being afraid of cockroaches. Fine. Whatever you say. The interaction just now makes you feel a little warmth from this cold murderer. At the very least, you see more of his reactions and expressions. This is the rare relaxation you felt in these tense days. He could have let you fall off the ladder, but he rushed right over to catch you. Somehow you feel that after these few days of getting along, maybe you now both have different ideas about each other than you originally have. It was only a clear relationship between a murderer who wanted to hunt and a prey who was just trying to escape. But now, it has an extra layer of friendship causing the interaction between you two to have an indescribable sense of dissonance. Just when you pick up the old newspaper and prepare to wipe the windows, you find a police car parked in the road in the distance. Two police officers get out of the car and keep looking towards the cabin. At some point, Bloody Painter's already behind you, looking at the window with you.
Wait for a second.
What? And then he walks out of the door to talk to the police officers.
Is there anything I can help you with?
Are you Mr. Otis?
Yes, I am.
Have you ever seen these people around here? The police officer takes out some photos from his pocket.
Have these people committed a crime and are running away?
No, these people are missing people around this area.
I haven't seen them before, but wolves and bears often appear around here.
Can we check out your cabin?
Yes, come in.
Bloody Painter behaves kindly and politely. After speaking, he leads the way for police officers.
Please, follow my footsteps. I placed some traps near the cabin to protect against wild wolves and bears. You don't want to step on them.
The police officers enter the house and see you. Hello, this is...
An old friend who came to visit me recently.
You greet the police officers with a smile and a nod. At the same time, a police officer quickly looks through the missing person's photos in his hand. He puts the photo back into his pocket. It seems like your disappearance has not been discovered by anyone yet. You stand next to the bookcase, blocking the entrance to the secret room. After searching around, the police find nothing unusual and leave. His trust in you increases. Yes! That was actually stressful. When he started leading the police officers to the cabin, I was like, wait, should I hide? Should I hide? Bruh. This dumbass. He should have told me he was gonna do something like that. Bro, there's like a thing called film burn when film is exposed to light. Yeah. Yeah. That would actually be such a good name for an attack if he's like Flame Nihility or Fire Nihility. That'd actually be such a good name for an attack. Alright, today you still sleep on the couch in the living room instead of the cold basement. Wait, if I'm sleeping on the couch, where does he sleep? He was sleeping on the couch when he was sick. Does he have his own room? I feel bad if we're just taking up his couch. Where does he sleep? Half asleep. You hear the sound of someone approaching. You notice it. The person seems to be very close to you. You pretend to be asleep. The person just looks at your sleeping face quietly. The man stretches out his hand and takes it back just as he's about to touch your hair.
Tisk.
He turns around and leaves. Day 6! You see him busy in the kitchen for a while. Then breakfast is served in front of you. Yay! I get food! Get food! He doesn't feel the need to kill me anytime soon, so he's feeding me! Let's go! Oh, it looks so good. There's a piece of toast with just the right crispiness on the round plate. A poached egg on top of the toast and some lettuce salad. I love cherry tomatoes so much. I already like to eat tomatoes like apples. Like, I will take a tomato from the fridge and just wash it off and then nom it. I love eating tomatoes raw. But cherry tomatoes are a special delight. They're a delight because I can just pop them in my mouth. I could genuinely those little containers of cherry tomatoes you see in like the grocery stores. I could finish one of those in a whole in like a single sitting. I could finish a whole one of those in a single sitting because I just love tomatoes so much. I get sad when they're a bit sour or a bit squishy, but I love tomatoes. It's a fat piece of toast. I love this. Bruh, the French toast and the French and the garlic bread with this kind of toast would go crazy. Bruh, the garlic bread with this kind of toast would go crazy. I would love it. Never actually had poached eggs before. I don't know if poached eggs are good, but I'd be willing to give it a try. I generally don't know if they're good though. I don't usually like eating anything with eggs besides like scrambled egg. I like to make my scrambled egg with ham and sausage. I like to chop up some sausage. Like, sometimes I like to cut it in like little octopus shapes. That's like a childhood meal of mine. I like to cut like sausages like in little octopus shapes, fry them up, cut up a few pieces of ham. I cannot make egg with ham without my cat haunting my every step. She haunts my every step whenever I cook with ham. Like, and she knows it. She knows the sound of the packaging too. I could crinkle like a bunch of plastic packagings however much I want, but for some reason, it's it's the sound of the ham packaging that gets her up and running. And next thing I know, she's sitting next to like the counter and like staring at me with big old eyes, as if she's asking for her ham tax. She's here to claim her designated slice of ham. And of course, naturally, I give it to her because why would I deny my baby anything? That is my angel. That is my child. She's currently sleeping on my bed. She like rolled. As soon as I said that, she like rolled over and made herself into a croissant. Love you, mama. Anyways, I veered off course. Why was I talking about my breakfast foods? We have toast here. Only one of his attacks were traced to be based in the Dutch angle. In cinematography, the Dutch angle is one of the many cinematic techniques that are used to portray psychological uneasiness or tension in the subject being filmed. Yes. Yes. That could be something interesting for like his ultimate. His ultimate, like the POV of like the game. It was like we already have a taste of that with Rappa. Or with Rappa, sorry. I have to say Rappa because I love My Hero Academia. With Rappa, we have that. We have that already with like what with her like her I believe it's her enhanced attack. Or yeah, I think. Or like we get a POV of her hands doing like the ninja signs and everything. With that as a precedent, I would love it if we used like the Dutch angle thing for like and maybe an enhanced attack. Or like his ultimate, where we see like the enemy getting attacked from his exact point of view with that sort of angle in play. Especially if like we can take the idea of him being nihility. Like he could add some sort of debuff like based on like this sort of technique. I don't know if I'm phrasing it right. But still. Plating looks delicious. So nice. I'm kind of anxious about the fact that it's a wooden plate because is that really sanitary? 10 out of 10 concept. Yay! I have gained approval. But generally, is this even sanitary? I like porcelain plates. Personally, I like porcelain plates. It feels more sanitary to me, but like wooden plates kind of make me nervous. I liked plastic plates up until my family and I realized that plastic is like terrible considering we eat so many things with like spices and sauce and salsas. And with the salsas, the residue clings to the plastic a lot. Also, the fact that I'm an idiot and sometimes I put the plates on the stove and they melt. Cause like, cause like when I'm serving myself food, I like sometimes accidentally put the plates like on the stovetop next to like where it was cooking, and the residual heat will literally melt the plate. We have a plastic plate with the indents from the stove still like melted onto them. But yeah, no, I love porcelain plates. So much easier. It's so much easier to clean, it's so much safer, and it sounds nice when it hits my fork. Ooh, maybe like a drop in effect resistance as debuff, leaving them open to burns and such. Yes! Yes! I love that! So you can make it your mind. It's most excellent. Drink is a cup of freshly brewed hot cocoa. Aww. I'm craving chocolate abuelita now. That is such a good brand for hot chocolate, by the way. Let me see if there's an English version of this. But yeah, well, I can find that later. But yeah, no, chocolate abuelita is like the staple in my house. It is the staple in my house. It's basically it's a little I think it's hexagonal or octagonal cylinder. Sort no, that's not right. Is that a thing? It's a prism. Okay, I was thinking of the wrong word. An octagonal or hexagonal prism. That's like a yellow packaging and it has a grandmother drinking hot chocolate on the front. That is the best hot chocolate I have ever had in my life. I'm probably biased because that's like the hot chocolate I've mostly had in my childhood, but still, that is the best hot chocolate ever. It's nice, it's warm, it's sweet. Make it with milk. I don't trust people who make hot chocolate with water. I say that as I jest that. It's a hyperbole, but still, like I could never for the life of me understand how someone can make hot chocolate with water because to like like I guess like for dietary restrictions I suppose, but like to me personally, I could never drink it because like I don't know, milk enhances the flavor to me. Whether you find like because like when my little sister has like when my little sister she has a like lactose intolerant. She's lactose intolerant, so we like get a specific kind of milk that allows her to enjoy the hot chocolate the way we usually make it. But yeah, I like the hot chocolate abuelita with like milk. You can even eat the tablets. Like it comes in tablets. You can break off pieces and like put them in milk to like warm and like make your chocolate. It's so good. You can like break off pieces and like eat it like an actual like piece of chocolate. I love it so much. I think I still have some in my house. I'm probably going to brew a cup of that when the stream is over. Okay. The cutlery he gives you is still a round plastic fork with no offensive features. Fair. You sit at the dining table and start eating while he sits on the chair opposite of you and flips through a book. It's still snowing outside, and listening to the squeaking sound of the fireplace, the atmosphere in the cabin is particularly comfortable. As long as you ignore the fact that you are in the same room with the murderer who kidnapped you, everything is relaxing. I was perfectly fine ignoring that fact up till now. Thank you for reminding me that he is a murderer. This is not a nice meet cute. This is not a nice meet cute where like the guy met us at like a coffee shop and decided, hey, you know, we should talk, we should go home and we should enjoy a nice coffee cup. We would leave the place and then go to his house to chill, hang out, read some books, admire his insect collection. I want to see the insects again. I love the stag beetles. I loved the butterflies, but I want to see more of his insect collection, actually. That is the most interesting thing. Of all the things he has going for him, the most interesting thing to me is the fact that he has a bug collection. That's what draws me to him right now. Aside from the fact that he was sad and pathetic when he was sick, but interest-wise, I like that he is a bug person too. You look to him, who is full of mysteries, and some questions arise in your mind. And you decide to... I ask carefully. Can I ask you a question?
What is it?
What book do you usually read?
Usually, I would read some anatomy and taxidermy books, but today is different.
What are you reading today?
The Truman Show.
The Truman Show? Really? Hmm? What's the book like?
The whole world that the protagonist lives in, including himself, is all just someone's creation. Everything that happens is watched by the audience, and there is no privacy at all. But he is completely unaware that he is in such a large theater. Very ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
I can't imagine this to happen in reality, or to me.
Right. Yeah. No. Totally.
If our world was like the Truman Show, how would the audience view the current situation?
They must be excited.
Excited? Why?
They may be attracted to your charm and want to be killed by you.
Incomprehensible. But what a bunch of weirdos with good taste.
Of course you would say that. It's hard to tell from his poker face whether he's seriously boasting or joking. Pick up the book next to me and read it. Pick up the book and start flipping through it. It's a book about the possibility of having a completely opposite version of yourself in a parallel world. If there's a complete opposite version of you, what do you think it'd be like?
Oh, that book. Let me think. Probably a guy wearing a burgundy coat and always having a smile on his face.
Why is it a burgundy coat?
Because I like blue. If he is the opposite of me, he should like red, right?
I mean, the opposite of blue is actually orange, but I get it. I get it. I get it. Bro, Rekka's ultimate starting with a dolly zoom once again used to create unease. I don't how to properly explain it though. It's been a while since I took a cinematography class. Yeah, dolly zoom. Oh, it's that like intense zoom where like a protagonist is like it's this like in horror movies or like in a tense action sequence when like the entire world seems to be like zooming out and the focus is like drawn to the person as they come to a terrifying realization. Okay, I see. I see. Like everything starts going out of focus in the background and zooming out, and like the camera's like kind of like more starting to like angle towards the person's face. I get it. I get it. That's one of Hitchcock's things, right? Alfred Hitchcock? Yeah, I think that's one of his things. I'm Pretty sure he might have been the creator. Actually, I'm gonna look this up. Why did my search immediately try to make me look up Dolly Parton? Yeah, the effect was first conceived by Alfred Hitchcock during the filming of 1940's Rebecca. But he was unable to achieve the desired results. Okay. And 18 years later, Erman Roberts, a Paramount second unit cameraman, devised a proper method for Hitchcock's film Vertigo. Ah, yep, exactly like that. Yeah, let's go. Collaboration. We are doing so good right now. I kind of want to ask what he's gonna use me for, but I feel like that's gonna sour the mood. What work are you going to use me for? He looks up at you for a moment.
I was going to make you into some kind of doll at first.
Really? A doll? Aww. You're gonna give me pretty outfits. I would very much protest if you put me in something frilly, though. You put me in something frilly, I'll be very mad. Unless you can make it sort of gothic. I do like that gothic sort of style. The gothic Lolita style that they have in Japan. It's so cute. I would appreciate that kind of outfit. But other than that, frills are a no. Pink frills or pastels. Ugh. I don't like pastels.
Your eyes are beautiful, but if they are left alone, they'll become rotten and sunken.
So cast them in resin. If you want to make me a doll, then take my eyes out, cast them in resin, and put them back in. Simple. Solution done.
So I would like to dig your eyes out and put them in a glass jar and soak them in formalin to preserve them.
Aww. How did our thoughts line up? I shouldn't be charmed by that, but how did our thoughts line up? I was literally just like, take my eyes out and preserve them. Do it. And he's like, yeah, no, I want to take your eyes out and put them in a jar. Put them in formalin. Oh god. The title once again is very fitting. I see the red flags, but unfortunately red is my favorite color. Oh god. This is terrible.
Glass beads will be placed in the empty eye sockets to replace the eyes.
Glass beads? You can do better than that. You can do better than glass beads. I am offended. I am offended. If you're gonna replace my eyes with something nice, make it something pretty. Glass beads. Is it at least going to be a stained glass sort of deal? Is it at least going to be a stained glass sort of deal? Or what kind of glass were you thinking of? Like those glass eyes that they have in porcelain dolls? I could tolerate that. I could tolerate that, actually. That's a good glass beads. It sounds so simple. Do you happen to have the glass beads that you can show me? I want to see what sort of glass beads you would have replaced them with. I would at least like to choose what things you replaced my eyes with.
You look very pleasing to the eye, so I would also like to keep the head intact.
Aww, I also want to keep my head intact. Aw, thanks for the compliment.
You're welcome.
This is terrible. I know I said we gotta match his freak to survive, but... He's being too cute. What the hell is wrong with him? He's being too cute. Who did he say at first? Has his mind changed? No! No! Wait, what? Does he have a different plan for us now? So if we fuck up now and he gets mad, we're no longer gonna be a pretty doll? Oh, sad. That actually explains why he was starving us then. See, I was right to assume that he was feeding us less and less to make it easier to clean out the corpse. If we were going to be a doll, he would want our insides to be as clean and empty as possible. And if he's so much of a germaphobe and hates dirt and stuff, and hates grime and dirt and yucky stuff, of course he'd hate having to deal with like all the waste and everything. I mean, the bleeding us out and draining our blood is not that difficult. I mean, we already saw it in the mortuary assistant that the process is actually pretty sterile and pretty easy. But what if for Rekka's ultimate it starts out black and white before boom, Technicolor for the attack itself? Like Wizard of Oz? Kinda like how they did Wizard of Oz? I think that'd be so cool. That would actually be so cool. Okay, I'm getting invested in this. For his ultimate attack, I can't remember what movie it is. I think it might have been a Hitchcock film as well. It's what am I? There's this one scene. Okay, so it's like a person taking a shower, and then the murder catches him in the shower, and then it focuses on the person screaming, and then you see like the blood draining down, going down the drain. That sort of scene for like one of Rekka's ultimate would be cool. Where it's like it's black and white, and the enemy is like being stalked by something, and then it cuts to like Rekka striking at them with something, perhaps like with his weapon or something, and then it just like cuts to like just like maybe the damage dealt, or them getting knocked off their feet and like sent flying. I don't know. I don't know how would that translate actually? How would that translate actually? Because I know they probably wouldn't do blood in Honkai Star Rail to that extent. But, yeah, no, because like the closest thing we've got to like a blood effect, I guess, was Gallagher's ultimate. Where it's like it looks like he sticks claws into his opponents and rips their guts out, but it's actually just like plumes of fire. I had more thinkings about that. You're curious, but you don't have the guts to ask any further. I should, though. What is he gonna do with me if he's not gonna make me a doll anymore? How about the potted plants? You know, I saw many potted plants in the shelves in the living room, but why were they all withered?
I have tried my best.
Aww.
I don't know why they always die.
Did you put in research as to what kind of plants they are? Because so many plants have different, like, water needs, fertilizer, sun needs. I mean, you're keeping them on the top shelf in a cabin with hardly any windows. I'm pretty sure they need sun. That might be what's killing them. That you don't give them sun. Or you may be overwatering them. Or underwatering them. It depends on how withered they look, or what kind of withering they look. By the wording of withered, I would assume that maybe they're being overwatered? But they didn't give us a description of what the soil was like, so I don't know just what the situation with the plants is. But I can tell for facts that he probably needs to give them some sun. Ooh, he better take a dramatic bow at some point in his attacks. Yes, that is a necessity. I would need Mr. Rekka to take a bow at the end of his, like, whole, like, performance. His ultimate. Speaking of, you know what Q line I need for his ultimate? A reference to Shakespeare's All the World's a Stage. That bit. That bit. All the World's a Stage, I think the people are merely players or something like that. I need that to be a reference for his ultimate. I need that to be the exact dialogue for his ultimate. I would love it. I would love it. If not, I would like him calling a director's cue. To begin his ultimate, I would love it if he calls like he either does like a director's cue or if he quotes "All the World's a Stage." Those are the two things I want most for his ultimate. And then for his basic attack, I would love it if he goes and action. And maybe he has like a follow-up attack where he yells cut. I would love that. I would love that. Oh yes? Yeah. Oh, he can't keep plants to save his life. Aw, we can't even offer to help take care of his plants? Hmm. I know very basic plant care. My old man is obsessed with keeping plants. He's got so many different plants all stuck up around our house. Mans has got an actual green thumb. He's got one hell of a green thumb. There's one thing I can compliment my old man about. He's got one hell of a green thumb. Everything he's ever planted turns out so beautifully. So beautifully. Especially like all the fruit trees we've got. Fruit trees, like plants, vines, everything we have. All the foods there. Beautiful. Beautiful. So beautiful, so crisp. In the conversation, yeah. And it's noon. It's noontime. So thank you for making breakfast for me today. Let me make lunch in return. What's with that face? You don't think I can cook? You don't think I can cook? Is that it? He frowns at you with an expression like, are you out of your mind? Don't worry. You said there are traps outside the house, and only you know how to get in and out normally. Even if I resist you with a knife, I can't escape. Oh, you liked that, huh? You liked that reassurance, didn't you?
Okay, but I'll keep an eye on you.
Fine, fine. Just stay out of my way in the kitchen or I'll murder you.
Don't try anything stupid.
Stay out of my kitchen and out of reach of my cooking, and we'll be fine. Great? As for what to cook in the ingredients, well, bad idea flashes through your head, and curiosity makes you ask, do you eat human flesh?
No, why would I do that?
Just checking.
I just use human bodies as materials for making art, and I never think about eating them.
Good to know. Good to know. I thought you murderers all had some sort of degree of cannibalism. That is very generalizing me. That is very generalizing me. Why would you say that to him?
Let's put it this way. Do you eat paint and painting tools?
Not typically, but sometimes I drink paint water whenever I forget where my actual water is. Does that count? Does that count? If I accidentally drink paint water when I forget where my water placement is. I mean, it could happen. You do have a fridge where you can store bodies. What if you accidentally take a chunk of human flesh, make it into your meal?
Just because I kill people to use as materials to make works doesn't mean I will eat them.
Nice, fair, fair.
Also, I'm different from those who have fun committing a crime and kill purely for the sake of killing.
Oh?
Don't confuse me with that kind of unprincipled guy. I wouldn't do anything unless necessary.
Huh.
You are here only because you witnessed the crime scene.
Uh, I see. After hearing this, you decide to... I cook a common dish. If I cook a human meat dish, you'd be mad. You look at the ingredients in the refrigerator. Some are eggs, tomatoes, white rice, some curry powder on the shelf. Okay, I've decided. You turn on the oven and start to cook. Bloody Painter watches the entire production process. Rather than worrying about you escaping, he's more worried about you blowing up the kitchen. Excuse me? Excuse me! I would never. Have I burnt some dishes in the past? Yes, of course I have. Who hasn't? I have the attention span of a goldfish. But still, I wouldn't blow up the kitchen. Wait, does that imply this is a gas stove? Does that imply this is a gas stove? Interesting. Okay. Noting that down for later. On to you, Bloody Painter. I love how Pentecode's out here with the most unexpected blorbles from Boot Hill to Rekka. Watch Rekka have like the most absolutely heart-wrenching backstory. If he is indeed from like the Garden of Recollection turned cremator, I would expect the most heart-wrenching, heartbreaking backstory. I need it. I need it. Soon after, the normal curry omelet with rice was served. What? He stares at the omelet rice without saying a word. Don't worry, there's no poison. Weren't you watching the whole process? He starts to move after he finished speaking. He takes a spoonful of omelet rice and puts it in his mouth. And... I love his surprised kitty face. He's so cute. He's so cute. What do you think?
It's surprisingly quite delicious.
Surprisingly? Did you have that little faith in me? I'm going to shake you like a maraca. What? Don't you smile at me like that. Don't you smile at me like that, Crick. What's wrong?
Nothing. It's just that no one has cooked for me for a long time.
I can make you more if you'd like. Oh, he's blushing! He's blushing! Oh my god! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, he's so cute! We had a fairly pleasant afternoon. Oh boy, did I. I saw a very cute side to him. Slept all
Hey,
night.
hey!
You're woken up from your sleep by the man. Ah! His face is close to you, and his blue eyes are staring at you. Oh, sure hope so. We're this close. If he's looking at anything else, I'll be very offended. Well, what's wrong? You sit up on the couch and rub your eyes.
Got to go.
Huh? Got to go?
I've noticed something unusual about the number of police cars patrolling nearby recently. They must have some relevant evidence and are doubting it. It is very likely there is an ambush outside. It's snowing heavily outside now, and I think it's time to leave now. Come with me or not, it's your choice.
After being paraded to show his artwork, after being helped to make an incision on a corpse, after taking care of him while he was sick and making him a little meal, how am I supposed to stay? Are you kidding me? What do you want me to do? I'm fine with either choice, but I need you to look me in the eyes and tell me, what do you prefer me to do? You stare into his eyes.
I prefer.
He hesitates to speak and looks away. Looks like he's thinking about something. Your behavior makes him a little panicked, but doesn't seem to be good at this kind of situation. I panicked too! What do you mean there was a countdown to what I can do? That was a countdown, and I had a heart attack! You notice that his ears are flushed, and this unexpected reaction makes you want to tease him a little bit. What do you prefer me to do?
I prefer.
After a moment of silence, he slowly speaks.
That you come with me.
He tries hard to look you in the eyes and speak his thoughts.
We'll set off early tomorrow morning.
Today is the day!
Follow my footsteps.
You follow the shoe prints he leaves on the snow, and finally succeed in avoiding the many traps around the cabin. Just as you are walking through the forest, you're moving from behind you. Freeze! In a snowstorm, several policemen who are lying in ambush chase after you. You ignore them and keep running forward. A gunshot shoots across the sky. You feel pain in your left calf. You are shot. He turns to look at you, as if he's considering whether to leave you. Run! You yell at him. And he approaches you. And he holds you in his arms. You feel a warmth on your forehead. He kisses your forehead. What? No. No. You're not going to... You feel time freeze at this very moment. The kiss is almost like a goodbye. No. And he leaves you and runs forward, disappearing into the heavy snow. You were later taken back to police for questioning. You say throughout the process that you were a victim. On that note, you're not lying. You don't reveal any unnecessary details. Since there is no relevant evidence to prove that you were an accomplice, the police can only release you after a long period of interrogation. He left me. I mean, logically, it makes sense. If I'm gonna be shot up while running away, especially since I'm slower, it makes sense that he should just drop me and leave me in police custody. Because like this thing said, there's like no like hardcore evidence that I have any accomplice or ties to him. But still, doesn't mean it didn't hurt. I generally do love that it was a forehead kiss though, because that is so sweet. That is just so sweet. My room looks so sad. 2 years have passed. I'm supposed to adjust to life without him for 2 years? Excuse me? Now you live in a cheap little apartment. You live an ordinary life, as if what happened 2 years ago never happened. Today's Halloween. And every household nearby has put some thought into making decorations. But for you, it's just another day of work. When you return to your apartment after getting off work in the evening, the strange thing is that as soon as you open the door, you feel a gust of wind. You remember that you closed the window before going out, so just when you're about to close the window, you find a gift left by someone on the table next to the windowsill. A red rose. You don't know why, but you have a feeling that bloody painter has been here. Every Halloween after that, you receive a rose at your residence. It's like once a year greeting. Although he says nothing, the rose seems to tell you everything. Although you have certain similarities, you are two people from different worlds after all. Perhaps living your own life in this way is the best outcome for the both of you. What the hell? Why are you looking at me with him? Okay, I need to see if there's a possible alternate ending we can get. Load this ending. I choose to go with him.
I prefer.
Okay, so yes, it speaks those ways. If he's thinking about something, I do nothing.
If I take you with me, you might become a burden in the process. But if I don't take you, it will be even worse if you reveal my information to the police.
He calmly analyzes the situation.
So you might as well come with me.
Okay, will the ending be different?
Follow my footsteps.
Please tell me it'll be different. Is it the same? He approaches and he holds you in his arms, and you feel a pain in your back. What? The hand he's holding around you from behind is a sharp blade. He pierces your body with that sharp blade over and over again until you lose consciousness. Everything becomes dark. Until just now, you realize that you chose to follow because I want to follow him. You wake up from a nightmare. You are lying on a comfortable bed. Huh? You look around and find yourself in a cozy looking room with specimens hanging on the walls.
Are you all right?
I got stabbed multiple times and shot in the leg. What do you think? The man asks as he opens the door. I'm all right, all things considered. 2 years after that. That night 2 years ago, Even after you were shot in the leg, the two of you continued to run forward in the snow. Fortunately, the wind and snow were strong enough to cover your whereabouts, so you were not caught up. Oh, so me getting stabbed was a nightmare! You know what? Helen Otis, I am sorry I questioned you. After that, you came to another remote mountainous area and rented another cabin to settle here.
If you're fine, get up quickly. I will need your help in today's creation.
Oh, yes, teacher.
Bring me the bone saw.
Okay.
Iron in the blood will trigger a luminol reaction. Any area with bloodstains outside should be wiped with hydrogen peroxide at least 3 times. Wiping blood-stained areas with hydrogen peroxide reduces the luminescence. But when it's dark, it still glows obviously to the naked eye. So, try not to leave bloodstains anywhere other than the basement.
I got it.
Good girl. You're learning fast.
He teaches you carefully, every step and every detail. You assist him in cleaning up crime scenes and assisting him in completing his creations. During the day, you pretend to be good citizens under false identities. And at night, in a place where people can't see you, you create creations that are outraged by both humans and gods. The paranoia of art, clean and neat killing methods, and the cautious and intelligent thoughts, the neat and invisible crime scenes. You are obsessed with everything about him, and he is the person you long to follow. You long to become the second him under his leadership. He's a good mentor. Rather than pampering his disciple, he prefers to use guidance to let you learn freely. You have become a pawn that he's proud of. For him, he would do anything. Until an accident occurred while committing a crime. His legs were permanently injured, and he could only walk with crutches since then. He's already in his 40s at this time, but you feel that the traces of time make his elegance even more charming. Why does it understand me so much? Just when you think that the bloody painter's evil deeds have come to an end.
Take it. I have nothing left to teach you.
Teacher, what do you mean by that?
You seem to like this mask very much. I don't think I'll use it anymore, so I'll give it to you. What to do next is up to you.
He gives his mask to you. You look at the mask in your hand and seem to understand the meaning of your teacher's words. You think to yourself that maybe your encounter with him years ago was just for this very moment. I won't disappoint you. The legend continues. Yes! This is the kind of ending I would prefer. Not him leaving me to let me pine for him for the rest of our lives every single Halloween. I would prefer this ending. Yes! Yes! See, it was 4 good endings. What could the other 4 endings possibly be? I'm assuming one of the good endings is going to be like us escaping when he's sick, but still. This is the ending I wanted. This is it. This is the one I wanted. It's a game about falling in love with the killer. If I didn't end up associating with him and being his second, I would be very disappointed. I am so glad we got this back. I genuinely, they had me in the first half though. When we had that moment where he like just started stabbing us in the middle of the police chase, I was like, ah! But no, it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. Although, it is a genius way to get the police off our trails. If he stabs us and then leaves us to bleed out in the snow while he runs off, the police could take us in. And then when we're in custody, like maybe in a hospital or something, he could come and get us and break us out under the guise of being a hospital staff. But still, I loved it. However, it does confirm that he was indeed like around his 30s when we met him. And Sir Freka has some kind of tragic backstory involving the Garden of Recollection, like something to do with trying to find someone's lost memories or trying to restore someone's lost memories, only to fail, leading to him going off the deep end and becoming a cremator. You know what I want? I want him to be involved in March's backstory, because the Garden of Recollection is so cagey about her in particular. Imagine if he wanted to, like, preserve March's memories. Maybe he's someone associated with March in the past. I think that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Bro, what if he lost the only one he could truly call his muse via an onset accident? When the accident resulted in them losing their memories, him vowing to help them regain their memories only for them to pass before he can do so. Bro! No! No, that would hurt. That would hurt so. I would cry. I would cry. It sounds like on paper it sounds like a simple plot, but I know Hoyo with like their freaking like compositions, their writing, and the visuals. All that combined is so masterfully done. I have no doubt they could take even the slightest, most simple concept and make it a freaking masterpiece. And I would expect nothing less for Mr. Rekka. It's what he deserves. Maybe not sad, but still. Don't you sunglasses and finger guns emoji me. No. No finger guns. No smug finger guns for you. No. You got me back, though. All the sad Boo Hill thinkings culminated to this. The sad Rekka blindsiding. Alright, I think we can wrap this up for today. Yeah, it's like 1:25. I had fun with this game. Genuinely recommend playing it. Once again, it is free on Steam. It is free on Steam. Very, very good. Very, very good. I like it. It's nice and simple. I love it. I love it. I'm probably gonna try to 100% this on my own time, maybe. But yeah, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. It was, so yeah, this is Bloody Painter by Delucat. Yes. Delucat was the one who's behind the original story too, I believe. Yes. Delucat's Bloody Painter dating sim on Steam. It is very good. Okay. And because of their passing, record goes all cremator. Yes! Nothing more fun in fiction than a man who goes unhinged because he lost his beloved and decides to take revenge against the world. In fiction, that is like crack cocaine to me. It's probably why I love Sweeney Todd so much, honestly. That's probably why I love Sweeney Todd so much. But yeah, anyways. So, plan of attack for next week. I believe Nahida's, the event, the birthday event that we have with Sumeru for Nahida's birthday. I think it's gonna disappear next week, so maybe I'll try to play through that before it dies. Yep. Yeah, maybe I'll try to play through that before it dies. Get some Genshin Impact done. Mm, probably on probably on Monday, if anything, because I don't trust that it won't be gone by Tuesday. Maybe on Monday, and then throughout the week, maybe I could actually get on to doing the Natlan quest. I've been putting that off way too long. Unless the Rekka and Sweeney Todd parallels go stronger. Yes! Yes! Honestly, you know what I would want from Mr. Rekka? I want a musical number. I would love it if we get a musical number from him. It'd be fun. Well, we got several musical numbers in Penacony already. What's one more? What's one more? But yeah, anyways, so today I believe we're all set. Remember to stay hydrated, take your meds, be sure to avoid any drinks that are colored with black charcoal. Remember, we don't want to cause any problems with your medications and stuff. Get a little snack, and considering today is Halloween, please, 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 please be so very careful. Please be so very careful and take care of yourselves. Yeah. I will now go to make myself a foods and go marathon some Halloween movies. Oh, hi, cat. Have you awakened? Is it time for your food? Is it time for your food? Yeah? Yep, it's time for cat's food. I gotta go. I gotta bounce. But yeah, once again, happy Halloween, everyone. May your day go splendidly. Get off my computer, child. I'm going. I'm saying goodbye. Please. Alright. Take care of yourselves. Have a nice day. Happy Halloween. Bye-bye.